Hello. I know everybody's going to be sleeping, but I wanted to do this video anyways. I just wanted to talk about compassion. It's been a tough day today, to say the least. I was taught a lesson today about compassion, and I just wanted to speak a little bit about my lesson today, and it was, you know, as we grow and we become more and more spiritual, sometimes we need to learn lessons, the hard way. And today I was taught a lesson in compassion. I let Good morning. I had a bath. I just got home from work a little while ago and I just needed to get it out. I was taught a lesson of compassion today. I let something trigger me and I couldn't see through it. And that's why I feel the need to share, because we are all human and these things are going to come up. And how do you move through it? Can you see past it? Can you move through it? Do you have mentors and friends that will, say the things that you need in that moment? Because I sure am blessed and lucky to have the divine souls in my life that I do. And I just wanted to talk a little bit about mentors. I think the biggest thing is when we're looking up to somebody, especially when we're on the beginning of this journey. I know from my own personal experience that we really look up to people and their guidance is divine and important in our life. And we almost get to a point of idolizing people. And I think it's important in our compassion calling to remember that we're all human. And part of the whole point of compassion is to allow someone to grow and move through what they're going through, to learn the lessons that they need to learn, myself included, and have compassion for them. This space is meant to be a divine and beautiful, loving space, and it is. It is. And, I'm a little bit tired. I'm a little bit frazzled because it was, moving through, understanding that I had some triggers today. And I thank God every day that He reminds me that I'm still a student, and I still have lessons to learn. Being able to see through these things, being able to see that, why am I so upset over something? Like, why? What is it that's upsetting me? What am I being triggered by? Because sometimes in that moment, it just feels like that situation. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you're just so wrapped up in it. And I also learned another valuable lesson today. Don't act until you've had time to think. It was a hard one. And, I think I hurt some feelings. And I felt the need to hop on and do a video and, just be my raw, authentic self and say that, I learned a lesson in compassion and I am humble, and I just hope that everything is going to be okay, because I know God had to bop me on the head today. Sometimes, my ego gets in the way. I am only human, so if there's anybody that, is looking up to me like a mentor and expecting me to be perfect, please understand that I am human, and I mean the best when I'm helping people, and I really, truly care about each and every one of you. But please remember that I do go through things as well. I am still learning, and I will be learning until the day I die. So if we could all just join hands in this group and share compassion for all of each and every one of us, because we're all at different stages. We're all going through things. We all get triggered by different things. We all react differently. We all do things before we think. And let's just, hold space in this group. Let's, lift each other up. Let's work through these things. So I hope my message wasn't like too convoluted there. I just, I was having a bath and really contemplating, getting all hot and in the mode there. And I think it's important to share that I'm not perfect, and I went through something today, and I can speak about, getting reminders that my ego is taking over, because your ego never ever leaves. We get to a point in our spirituality, I think, where we have almost an ego death. That's what I call it, because it gets to a point, because your ego's design is to save your life. We should have compassion for it. We should care for it, because it's part of us. It's part of our soul. Its whole purpose is fight or flight whenever it feels it needs to save you, and that's when it comes in. I feel like sometimes it's painted as this really negative thing, like, oh, my stupid ego got in the way. And it's really like, we need to learn to love all of ourselves. So when our ego steps in, it is perceiving something as a situation that it needs to save you. Like, people that have big egos that are not spiritual, that come in and they're all ego, it's literally a shell of trying to save themselves. So if we can see our ego in that way, Thelma shows up. Well, maybe practice compassion for Thelma, because Thelma is honestly, like, literally just trying to save your life. It's fight or flight. And a lot of us are fight sometimes, and a lot of us are flight sometimes. So, learning to love every part of ourselves. It's not easy, and I'm not fully there. It's a part of our whole life lesson, is to learn to love ourselves completely. And I think, big lesson today was to learn that, as annoying as it is, my ego still gets in. My ego still makes me do dumb things sometimes, things that are out of character, things that I'm not thinking through. And, I still love it, and I still care for that part of myself, because it makes up every part of me. And, the more I can love it, the more I can master it. You know what I mean? Like, it's not an easy thing, when I first started out, I felt like I was literally boxing my ego. I was like, this is like, I feel like I'm going insane. I am actually going insane with this ego. It's like, I know deep down in my soul that everything's going to be okay, but my ego is literally screaming at me that it's not, and that I'm crazy, and all of these insane things. And, lately it's been, screaming about other people, and I need to get that stuff out of my head, and I need to have compassion. And I really think it's beautiful to be taught to have more love and more compassion for everything and everybody. It really is the whole point of this group. So thank you for listening to me in my raw, just got out of the bath, haven't brushed my hair mode. And I really cherish each and every one of you. And just remember, we're all empaths here. We're all intuitives. And if something feels a little bit off, try to have compassion, because we all are, affected by these astrology energies, and we're all going through things, and we're all working things out. And we have to remember that we don't have to be perfect. When we try to be perfect, we're setting ourselves up for a world of disappointment, because that's not the point. The point is to be the best you can. And we really want this space to be that. And today I got a little wrapped up in, being perfect, and God decided to teach me a lesson. So I'm grateful for my lesson, and I'm grateful that, you guys will listen to this, and I hope that it helps somebody in the way that it was. I yeah, that's me. I'm a little tired, so forgive me. And thank you for listening to me, June. And you gotta love all of Thelma. Because when you love Thelma, you're loving yourself. That is my message tonight. Thank you, June.